Let's go bowling at Kansas Speedway. So, we have officially in 10 races won 5 out of 10. And you guys complain about Harvick domination. So, let's see if we can split the difference and go over 500 here in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series in the Nationwide 88. But first is qualifying, which is usually 30th place. So out of corner number 4, how do we do in qualifying? It's probably going to be 30th. It's 29th. We did it. We did it. It's okay. Everything is all right. We got 29th. That is way better than 30th. So Jimmy the Juggernaut, the sponsorless Juggernaut, is on the pole position. Let's pass it over to PRN, and let's get this race at Kansas underway.
Hello, everyone. Tonight we're at Kansas Speedway getting the pins set for the Go Bowling 400. We're about a quarter of the way through the season, and every race this year has been jam-packed with exciting action. Will we get another breakout performance tonight, or will someone throw a gutter ball? Either way, buckle up. It's going to be exciting.
Am I the only one that kind of finds the irony in kind of the poster child for boring cookie-cutter tracks? There's literally nothing unique about the Kansas Motor Speedway. It's sponsored by bowling. I don't know. I find the irony in that. But anyway, we're in here behind Generic Dale and can't quite get it going yet. A little bit loose in traffic, a lot loose in traffic actually. I really loosened up the car for qualifying, which is probably why we got 29th. But it seems like it's not quite as good in traffic. We'll have to see as everything kind of warms up here as we get into David Reagan, which isn't good because I think David Reagan's one of the guys that will eventually want to kill us. We still have the same 4 rivals that you were aware of before. The most notable of them is Jamie McFlurry, probably the one who will give us the most trouble. The rest are kind of best of the rest. Whoa, McDowell, you jerk. McDowell just pulled right out in front of me as I was getting a run on the outside. We saw that in, I believe, Texas, where that caused a pretty big accident. But it looks like I've got a car that works really, really well up top. So that loose condition actually helping me up there. So let's see if we can run that to perfection as Stenhouse is not going to give me too much room on the outside. But look at this run. We're able to pull off on the outside. Can we sneak around the outside of Eric Jones? That is 3 wide out there. A little bit of wall contact, but it's all right because Jones bailed out of it. Probably a wise decision. And we'll drive way out to the outside. Well, that could have been 4 wide there with Kurt Busch. Thankfully, he thought better of it. And that is a very loose condition. So it seems like I have a lot of lift-off oversteer. Because when I lift off the gas, especially on the corner exit, the thing wants to step around. So I really need to be on the throttle off of the corner to keep the back end planted, which we do right there, and you can just see the effectiveness of it. Unfortunately, I didn't really have anywhere to go with it. Oh, absolutely the Larson line up here, man. Okay. So turn 4, really pick up a big loose condition out of there. So I'm going to need to be more careful in that corner, but it seems like I can keep the throttle planted through 1 and 2, but I can't keep it planted when Trevor Bayne is in front of me, as well as David Reagan, and they are 4 wide with Stenhouse making the move to the inside, and we'll follow him in there. Just going to be real careful here on the bottom. You can see how loose the car is. Matt DiBenedetto looked like he was going to try to take me on the outside. He couldn't quite get there. So now we'll come through the tri-oval. Real big run right here. I was actually almost on the rev limiter in qualifying coming into 1 and 3. You can see how it stepped out there as I had to kind of get out of the gas again behind Trevor Bayne. We're kind of stymied here. We can't really get anywhere, which is kind of interesting. We've got 9 laps on the fuel as well, and we are going to have to pit before the end of the stage. Just figured I would check in on that. I was thinking about that. I wonder if we'll have to pit. We will if it stays green. But I think if we can get around this pack of cars, which is starting to finally mercifully spread out, we may be okay. Let's see if we can get that run going. That's another big save. Dirt tracking at Kansas. And no, that's a bad thing. Okay, well, we'll fall back again. I could just hold station here. And try not to bring out a wreck. Or cause a wreck, bring out a yellow. English, David. But maybe we can get a run here. It's just going to depend on whether or not these guys decide to go 3 wide. Because if I can get that run on the outside, pull around a lot of these guys. Here you go. See? Exactly what I said would happen. And we kind of be able to slot into line there behind Eric Jones. And we give Jones a little bit of a shove going into turn 3. Way up into the wall even. But I think I may have actually helped us out just a little bit. Oh, just can't get that grip on the outside. Oh, I really thought I had it that time. Really thought I had it that time. And they go 3 wide again. You can just see. I'll tell you what, it's probably frustrating the absolute crap out of the viewers. But I'm having a lot of fun keeping this car out of the wall right now.
Low.
And failing it sometimes, but, you know, it's fun. All right, 3 wide on the outside of a couple of Fords right here. I think we may be able to clear them before we get to turn 1. Oh, make a little bit of contact, a little bit more contact with David Reagan. And the thing almost comes around, and we're side by side with David Reagan and Ryan Blaney. Oh, and there's a wall glitch. Yeah, that was exactly what you kind of thought would happen. And eventually, well, okay, Timmy Hill just coming in late and completely arc breaking me, but that's a shame. So we're going to tighten it up a little bit, to say the least. I think everything else is going to be good. We're going to be at the back pretty much. Well, 31st, okay. Being on the bottom with the car a little bit more tight will be interesting, though. May help us out, may not. We'll see. This will make the stage strategy in stage 2 a little bit more interesting. Oh no, he's passed him before the start-finish line. Bring him in. Black flag, car 88. Oh, good Lord, David Reagan. Actually, that was me coming up into David Reagan, but, you know, you got to pass the buck. We had to cut Landon Castle off there at the pass. Otherwise, he would have gotten around me. So let's try the outside groove again, because that worked so well last time. But I think once we tighten up the car just a little bit... Oh, yeah, much better. Much better. You can see how stable it was that time out of turn 4. So we found what we were missing. And apparently what we were missing was wrecking poor Trevor Bayne, but he saved it. As did I, and not really sure how I did it. So, yeah, the car seems to, as well in traffic off of turn 2, seems to get pulled around by the lap traffic. We're not lapping cars. Pulled around by the other cars around me. But we figured turn 4 out, because now we don't have the car trying to kill me on the exit of turn 4. So if we can figure out the exit of turn 2, we'll be all right. But maybe we won't have to do it. Look at this. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to make it off the corner without hitting the wall, but I did hit it anyway. I was like, I've got it saved. It's the wall anyway. That's how it goes. I will say this is probably pretty entertaining to watch, but it's not the best driving in the world at the moment. Or maybe it's really good driving. Maybe this car is so undrivable that I'm just able to hold on to it forever. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get stage points in this stage.
Hold your line.
As Blaney gets cut off by Danica. Can we drive around the outside this time? Yes, we can. David Reagan tries to block to the outside. We'll kind of chop Danica's nose off a little bit. But we'll make the pass on Reagan as well. And now trying to work around Chase Elliott. So the car finally really starts working just as we're getting to the end of a stage. So we're going to be right back in traffic, which is a little bit frustrating, but we'll have to work and deal with it. Look at this. Oh, I saw the Red Sea part there, and I was like, yes, here we go. We're going to get like 5 positions. Nope. Yellow comes out. Stage over. So 10 laps on fuel. We won't be able to make it to the end of the stage. No one can, so we'll stay out, keep the track position, yada, yada, yada. But what's good about this is hopefully this time we won't have quite the trouble we had in stage 1 keeping the car underneath us. And so potentially we might have a full green flag stage, which will be nice. We got 19 laps as we go under car 19, Daniel Suarez. Kind of interesting how that all works out. Jamie McFlurry is up top, so we need to stay away from him as best we can. Thank you, Suarez. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, we're going to go up top whether we like it or not.
Hold your line.
Eric Almirola is trying to focus on Smithfield behind us, since McFlurry is up top, so... I thought about making it 4 wide around arrival, and then I said, you know what?
Keep it right there.
I feel like that's gonna be asking for a lot of trouble. But I think we may be able to drive around the outside of McFlurry here in 1 and 2.
Steady, clear low.
Nope. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Car underneath.
Not quite got the legs on McFlurry yet. We'll come in behind Paul Menard, try to give him a little bit of drafting help. Try to help him around McFlurry. Not happening yet. Can I get that run on the outside? No, I can't. So we may have found our performance spot in the field. We'll see as we drive around the outside of McFlurry. You know he's going to try to pinch me off here. But it was fairly clean. So maybe I'm helping repair the rivalry between myself and McFlurry. Well, that's not going to help. Thanks, Edwards. What year are we in again, David? Thanks, Hamlin, for running me up the track like that, blocking me and running me into the wall. Bad, 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 bad. So now, nice big run here behind Hamlin.
Stay on the top. Stay right there.
Ooh, boy, the car was so loose right there.
Hold your line.
And we got the Bad Boys Club up here with Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin. Everybody who wrecked somebody at the end of the Daytona 500. Ah, into the wall we go. Shoot. That's annoying. Come on, come on, come on. This is a nice run. This is actually a good run right here. Oh, get out of my way, Dylan. Oh, he's blocking. All right, we'll just drive you off into the corner then. Because those are Austin Dillon rules. You got to block, I'll wreck you. Of course, I couldn't wreck him, so... oh well. Interesting to see that we're kind of not able to really get going here. We're kind of trapped in the 16th spot. Now it looks like we may get up to 15th. If we just hold Austin Dillon off, which we're able to do right now, getting up behind Chris Buescher.
Stay right there.
Oh, that was so close to turning him. I was so close to turning him. We just held him off there for now.
Hold your line.
Or just managed to not crash him for now. We'll give him a little bit of bump draft down the back straightaway. Just to, whoa, into the wall goes Kevin Harvick.
Hold your line.
So Kevin Harvick with trouble. Jimmy Johnson's going into the pits. Or we got 4 laps from home where we have to come into the pits, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get a yellow. And interesting stage strategy is not allowed to happen in this race. Clearly, I'm going to tighten the car up just a little bit more. I think we're just about where we need to be in terms of the handling. Restarting lucky 13th. I think the only one who really got screwed by that was Jimmy Johnson, who decided to come into the pits under the green, which wasn't the best idea in the entire world. Here we go, back to racing. And rival McFlurry will drive underneath the white line, try to clear him before we get to turn 1. We're not making it easy on me, though. And we'll be 4 wide. Oh, boy. And McFlurry's going to close the door. Oh, that's going to cause a wreck. Save it, save it, save it, save it. Not going to save it. Here we go. Big one. And the yellow's out. Well. All right. Are we done wrecking? No, we're not done wrecking. Okay. Into the pits we go. I'm going to... yeah, we'll come in. We'll give it a shot here. 39th. But we'll take a little bit of fuel mileage on board. Looks like for some reason Daniel Suarez is back here. I guess he must have been involved in one of the wrecks. This is actually as far back as we've been all day long, which is kind of interesting. Thankfully, Elliott Sadler, who is one of our rivals, is out of the race. And Jeffrey Earnhardt, another one of our rivals, is down low, so maybe we can dispatch of him fairly quickly, though it looks like we've got quite a traffic jam up here. Just caught the wall just a little bit. Earnhardt still at the bottom. Going to give Cody Ware quite a shove. And sure, why not? Do a little bit of wall riding. Did that hurt the car? No, it didn't. For whatever reason, they never completely repair the front of the car in this game. They repair everything else, but not the front of the car. It's always strange.
Keep it right there.
Into the outside, we'll try to drive around everybody. Can it be done? Oh, Castle, what are you doing?
Car inside. Yellow's out.
And that'll bring out the yellow again. That was definitely not my fault. That was Landon Castle driving right up in front of me for absolutely no reason. So, sorry to the people who don't like the wrecks, but I couldn't help that one. I could not help that one.
Stay sharp. Green coming. Nice
I
smooth
can't
here.
just
Only green.
slam on the brakes when we're in the middle of the corner or on the exit of the corner when you decide you're going to move a half a lane up and decide to take me out.
Hold your line.
Oh, we haven't even finished stage 2 yet, have we? That's, I didn't even realize that. I thought we were already in stage 3. Well, we'll have another restart here pretty soon, one way or the other. I almost caused a wreck right there with Michael McDowell, but it's time to go. Not time to sit around. We drive absolutely around the outside of pretty much everybody. Now Landon Castle, who's swerving at me again. Is he a rival? I don't know. He may be after today's race, but look at these fresh tires and a car that's actually handling quite decently now. Suddenly, the car can lean on a little bit, push a little bit, and apparently save with some skill. Sorry, Daniel. Well, he saved. It's okay. Well, now we're working to the bottom. Underneath Ty Dillon. We'll drive all the way on to the cheater line here. First time we've second time we've used that today. And can we gain some positions here in turn 1? We're absolutely going to drive it off into turn 1. Couldn't quite keep the car underneath me the way I would have liked to do it. We'll gain on Corey LaJoy here. Down the back straightaway. And try to drive around the outside. And that's going to be 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there. 28th, how about that? Well, the first 2 stages has not been the most successful thing in the world for me. So, we'll have to reconvene and give it another shot here as we are coming into the final stage. Nobody is pitting, which is interesting. From 28th, it may have been an okay idea to come into the pits and give it a stop, but we'll stay out for now. Here we go. Back to racing once again. Final stage action with 25 laps to go, which is, I believe, the halfway point of the race, if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am. But that wouldn't be the first time. As we drive around the outside of Paul Menard, well, tried to. Paul Menard decided today was the day to try to wreck me, as did David Reagan, but I think Reagan's a rival at this point, so that was not going to work out in any universe. But if we can just keep this race green, I always say this, so I feel like I'm repeating myself. If this race stays green, I think we're in good shape. Thanks, Cole Witt. Appreciate it, buddy. Almost drove into the back of the Benedetto there.
Stay high. Stay right there.
We'll sneak around the outside. Now we've got to try to clear David Reagan, which is going to be a little bit difficult, so we won't even try. Let's drive him down into turn 3. He has to brake behind Clint Boyer. We lifted just a little bit off the gas in the middle of 3 and 4. We'll hold on to it around the outside of Ty Dillon. And by Ty Dillon, I mean Austin Dillon. But it's all the same thing, right? Just a green car versus a black car. And add a 1 to the number. As Eric Almirola moves up trying to block, but that's not going to work because I just use more skizzles and drive around him. Now Trevor Bain down to the inside, holding that white line. We'll try to slingshot around the outside, and we can't quite get the run I was really looking for there. So let's get a big old draft. Look at that draft. Holy smokes, we were just flying almost 200 miles an hour into turn 1. Lifted off the gas just a little bit to keep the car in the track and not trying to push out into the wall. Which it does anyway, so why do I even try? Here comes the 31 of Ryan Newman. Can't quite get there. So we'll run the bottom for now and kind of push up the track a little bit. And try to get on the Bane train here. 21 laps to go. 7 in our fuel tank, and I would imagine quite a bit less in the rest of the field. So we probably should be seeing pit stops any time now from the leaders, which I believe we're getting right now as I see several cars diving to the bottom of the track. So we'll have to be up top here to avoid some of the pit stop shenanigans that we usually see. Here comes 4 or 5. Up, crashed. Knew it was going to happen. Denny Hamlin in trouble. Thankfully, we didn't have too much trouble there. I thought we were going to get around it, but well, the outside was a good idea. We'll just say that. Okay, well, we're going to be on sequence back with the leaders, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to add some tape to the grill. Try to get a little bit more turning, a little bit more straight line speed. We are 10th place in the field. And the top 10 is fairly interesting right now. Looks like we've got A.J. Allmendinger leading the race. Still got McFlurry to worry about, though, which is a bit obnoxious. So we'll try to drive around the outside as best we can of him. Dispatch of him quickly. It's not working yet. Trevor Bayne down to the inside. So this is gonna be. It seems like it's a bit of a pack race. It's kind of hard to break away from everybody else, especially for the leaders. Behind McFlurry here. Give him a little bit of a shove. Push him up into this pack.
Keep it right there.
Lift off early. Try to, kind of back the corner up so we can pass McFlurry. A little bit of contact. He's going to put me in the wall if I'm not careful. Had to back off on top because otherwise he's going to drive me right into the wall. But thankfully he's going low this time, so can we make it work on the outside? Not quite yet. We've got a little bit of wiggle room before we have to, before the race kind of enters its latter stages, and we're going to have to pit again. So there's still a green flag pit stop potentially on the table, assuming my car can't make it on fuel, assuming my car can't make it on fuel, which it may be able to do, but look at these moves here. Suddenly the car comes alive in traffic. First time all day that's I can really say it's doing that. It's A.J. Allmendinger from Eric Jones and Casey Kane. This is an interesting top 3. This is not one you generally expect to see, but hey, it's all good. A little something interesting, a little something different. Maybe Kansas didn't like my criticism of it. It's trying to give us an interesting race. Well, it certainly is doing that right now. But Casey Kane blocked me pretty well down there in turn 1. And now we've got Eric Jones trying to get underneath A.J. Allmendinger. But it seems like the battle for the lead may end up just benefiting Casey Kane, as they are going to have a 3-way fight for the lead here in just a second. And Kane shoves Jones through. We're going to have a big run, but nowhere to go with it. Gotta stay away from McFlurry, because McFlurry is going to cause us some havoc if we don't.
Stay right there.
And Allmendinger to the outside. Casey Kane kind of in the middle. 3 wide is a little bit of a big ask, I would say.
All right.
Especially because we have a bit of a push condition. Here comes Kyle Busch. And all the people on Twitter groan. Kamikaze is readying his race review, where he's annoyed. Oh boy. Almost having trouble there, and we are just 3 wide. This is some... I'll tell you, this is pretty good racing. It's pretty crazy how just nobody can really pull away, but it's certainly creating quite an interesting dynamic here in the racing as McFlurry still working to the inside, and you can see him bullying me to the outside. We'll give him a little bit of revenge there. He's giving Allmendinger away a path by. And a little bit of revenge, a little bit more revenge, a lot of revenge. Bye. That was I straight up wrecked Jamie McFlurry. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it, but it needed to be done. It's not like it hasn't been done before here. Calm down, everybody, calm down. That also means that everybody can make it now to the end of the race. So here we go. And I forgot, nobody takes tires in the last stop, do they? Well, I took tires.
Almost ready. Okay.
So here's
Start out
finger
there.
crossed
Green flag. Green flag.
that
All right.
that the tires end up being a good decision here coming to the end of the race. Back to racing with 8 laps to go.
Car outside.
15 in the fuel tank and David Reagan, rival, going to be
All right.
not particularly receptive to me getting around him. Give Reagan a bit of a shove there. All the way down the straightaway. Yeah, that's sending it. A little too much of a send there.
Car up top.
Oh, God. Saved it. All good. All good. Problem is we're now in 38th place. And that's not good. That's in fact the opposite of good. That's very, very bad. But hopefully some of that nonsense will have spread the field out a little bit so that we can go for it here. Let's have a look, shall we? Whether or not we can get up into this pack and go for it. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a win. That was probably evident from lap 1 of today's race. What we can possibly do is get a halfway decent finish out of this. We'll see. They're running 3 wide in front of me, which is not the most confidence-instilling thing in the entire world to try to pass them, but right now we're okay.
You're all clear.
And Ty Dillon falls by the
5 laps to
wayside.
go.
David
Clear down
Reagan
low.
down to the inside. I think we'll be able to be around him as well. Yes, we will.
Clear low.
To the outside of Cody Ware. And pass him.
Hold your line.
Jeffrey Earnhardt. Not even going to try to wreck me that time.
Car low.
Maybe we'll be able to mend our relationship with
Clear down low.
Jeffrey Earnhardt. And we won't have to worry about him anymore. As DiBenedetto moves down. Almost making a little bit of contact there.
Stay high. Hold your line.
A little bit of contact with the wall, but that's up. There's a car in trouble in front of us. I saw one. It looks like Clint Boyer. No, it's not Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer's in front of us. So who the heck is that white car? Regardless, the yellow came out. It was a white car. Well, maybe we'll see here. Oh, it's Keselowski. I think it may have been Keselowski that had trouble. Or it's Stenhouse. I'm not sure. But regardless, not going to pit. We have some fresh tires. It's NASCAR overtime. So we got 18 spots to make up to, I think, get the incentive contract. I think we need to be in the top 10.
Green, green, green. Low.
What was that restart? That was the first time I've gotten wheel spin at a 1.5 mile track in this game, so that was unexpected and unfortunate. Around McDowell, so we got to kind of claw back some of the ground we lost before we get any decent gains. As I shoved Reagan into the corner. All right, no attack, no chance this time. Got to drive around the outside.
Stay on the top. Easy. Hold your line.
Wow, okay, it worked. It's stuck. It's not the beginning of the race. The car's stuck. So white flag is out.
Clear low.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Stay high. Hold
This
your
is
line.
good. Not all that great getting into the wall there, David, but we're all right. Car still has some momentum on the outside.
Car underneath.
Screw you.
Car
Screw
low.
you, Trevor Bayne.
Clear low.
You screwed me out of getting a good finish, but we'll cheat
Clear
across the
high.
line.
Next time.
25th. I was 23rd. I guess I lost a position. Oh, and there's a huge wreck behind, probably from my AI deciding to LePage the field right at the end. That's interesting. So, 25th. Terrible, terrible, terrible result there. So, I guess we're under 500 for the first time in the career mode, for a while at least. Yeah, that was not very good. Money. Is this a rich race? Does bowling pay well? No, it doesn't. That was pretty straightforward and easy as we almost crossed the $11.5 million mark. Let's take a look at the points with Well, I'm in the lead with Kyle Busch second, Kyle Larson third, Joey Logano, and Jimmy the Juggernaut with a win. Did he take the win in this race? I didn't even look. I'm stupid. I'm guessing it was Jimmy, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. I guess you guys know because you probably looked, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Yes, it was Jimmy. So, yeah, that incentive contract's already screwed. What a shocker that is. No trash talk on Twitter, which is interesting, considering I took revenge literally on somebody. Oh, the Coke 600. $1 million to win, but boy, oh boy, is that going to be a long race. So, let's take a quick look real quick at the rivals. Timmy Hill's a rival now for some reason, so is Clint Boyer, Austin Dillon. Uh-oh. Oh, dear God. Here we go. So, yeah, that's about to be expected. Do we have anybody that's neutral or friendly? Yeah, we have lots of friendly people. So that challenge is still in the air, still possible. But yeah, Coke 600. That is going to be a long race, even at 25%. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube, and we'll see you at the Coke 600.